Welcome back to Sober Pulls with Sober MTG. Today we're going to be ripping Avatar, and I am comparing Avatar against Modern Horizons 3 to see what gives you better pull rates. Avatar was 30 booster packs, and this is part of the whole new format that Magic the Gathering went to in 2025, where they went from 36 booster packs to 30 booster packs, saying in these 30 booster packs, you're going to get more mythics and rares, better bang for your buck. Essentially, it was going to be cheaper than what the booster boxes were, and that was true at first for a little while, especially like during Ether Drift and even Tarkir. A booster box was about $10 cheaper than what the older boxes of 36 packs used to be. The one thing they did though is they went to a lot of universes beyond all of a sudden, and these boxes are no longer more affordable than what the 36 packs are. And it is my way of showing, shrinkflation essentially firsthand. I am a huge Magic the Gathering fan. I'm not the biggest when it comes to Universes Beyond. I am a little bit of a hater on some of this stuff. Avatar, I did enjoy because I felt like it fit in. This Final Fantasy, Lord of the Rings, I think all fit into the Magic the Gathering scope of things. The problem that I run into is like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Spider Man. I really struggle with that stuff. But I am a big Magic the Gathering fan. I've been doing Magic the Gathering and playing since in the mid 90s. I was born in 1980, and so I was about 14 in 1994, and that's when I really started getting into Magic the Gathering. Unlimited was out, Legends was out, and this is just a really fun game to me. I'm sober. I do social media for a living, and because of my sobriety, it's one of my ways I can always justify my cardboard crack. I'd rather buy a booster box of Avatar than an 8 ball of cocaine and destroy my life. I don't know who else is on board with me. I'm a recovering cocaine and alcoholic addict. So let's get to it. Let's rip open this box of Avatar, see what we get out of it, and see what these pull rates are actually kind of like. If you're new here, hit the like and follow button. Let me know what other boxes you'd like to do. This competition is going to be Avatar versus Modern Horizons 3, and the video following after this one will be Modern Horizons 3 right here that we have. This is one of my favorite. I can't wait to do that one. So let's do some Avatar right now. Fun fact, my Band-Aid here is from this knife opening up this box from what it was in. I can't believe this knife is from the TikTok shop, and it just sliced my hand wide open on this thumb, trying to get this out to film this video. So I did have somebody bring up to me on my first video that I did, like I don't use AI anymore because that was a recommended thing. I also not using AI on my thumbnail, and hopefully this audio is better. If you do notice ever an issue with my audio because of the mics that I use, please let me know, so that way I can definitely pay attention to my videos and make sure that I'm giving you audio content that you can listen to. So if you are new here, hit the like and follow button, comment down below. Let's have a little bit of fun opening up some packs, and let's see how many rares and mythics we get out of this booster box. Now, the video before this was Edge of Eternities, which was also 30 packs. I had 41 rares and mythics. So let's see if it's at least consistent across the board. And let's go. I don't know if you've had the chance to open any Last Airbender, but I will say the airbending mechanic was pretty cool. Definitely something that I wasn't really expecting. I hate the fucking Band-Aid. It's going to drive me bonkers this whole time. Sorry about that. The aesthetic of my fingers are not the best. I may end up pausing this and like trying to come up with a different way to do my thumb. Fire, fire. Nice, all right. Temple and ally. I have a feeling I'm going to probably get between 38 to 40 rares out of here. So I'm curious if my number is going to be similar to yours. These are only 14 cards per pack, not 15 cards per pack. So also keep that in mind. The funny thing about how Magic the Gathering has went is how you constantly have like a shrinkage of cards that you get. It's just one of those that it drives me nuts that I wish they would just tell us, that's a great card actually, that we're just going to pay more for less. And if you don't like it, you don't like it. Stop playing Magic the Gathering. Because let's face it, we all would be like, well, we really like Magic the Gathering, so we'll keep playing. But instead, they like try to just make you feel like you're getting a really good deal. And then you're like, I feel like I'm getting screwed over. And in reality, you are. Nice. All right. Redemption. Foil land there. Ally token. What did you think of this set when it came out? What did you think of Avatar? Was it fun for you? For me, I was kind of 50-50 until I got into airbending. I was not an Avatar fan of like the show. So that didn't really excite me. I wanted a badger mole. So that part like drew me into the set a little bit. But I didn't know a lot about Avatar. I've had some friends that were big into Avatar, but I will say like the earthbending and some of the play of this really is what got me into it, which made it where I really started to enjoy this set and started seeking the set itself out. It was a great little land. Ooh, and we got ourselves a foil forest there. I know that somebody's probably going to comment on my Band-Aid thumb, be like, "You're getting Band-Aid all over these cards." I know I am, and I am sorry. Apparently, when you buy stuff out of the TikTok shop, you think that it might not be the best of quality, and believe it or not, a lot of stuff that I get out of the TikTok shop is really good quality. All right. What did you feel about this Universes Beyond set though? I am curious. I'd love to know your thoughts because I know that there are a lot of people out there that just you we hate, and I'm one of them. I will say I'm kind of a classified hater of Universes Beyond. I do appreciate Universes Beyond because it does bring in new players. That part I do enjoy. I think it's cool to have new people get to experience the game and a card game that I just really enjoy and love. So that part I love. But I am curious of like what your thoughts were. This, like I said, I got into this Universes Beyond set kind of easy, just because of how easy like airbending I thought was really cool. I thought the artwork was kind of good. They had some really good cards, so it kind of sucked me in, um, and it didn't push me away. And I don't know if that makes sense to anybody out there. So I like some of these Universes Beyond sets. I feel like just the quality of the artwork, the quality of the cards, the set itself feels really rushed. So it kind of just pushes me away from the set instead of like this one where it was like I wasn't sure what to think. And because I wasn't sure what to think, opening them up and looking at them and starting to see the playability of them, I kind of dove back in and was like, hey, okay, this is a good set. And again, I'm no expert, so just for me even saying that this is a good set, I know there are people out there that are like, oh, there's better ones, or this one sucked, whatever. Great card right here. 030 wall. I've had some really good luck with booster boxes lately. I think it's just going to come down to like me having to rip booster boxes open and just like compare them to each other, and the boxes are just all going to be like solid boxes. Like I haven't really had like a horrible box. I did the Edge of Eternity box, and Edge of Eternities I've always had really bad luck with, and I was almost probably gonna. I felt like I would have to apologize when opening that box of like sorry that the cards suck so bad, but it was ended up being like a really good box. So I've actually kind of sped up. I wasn't gonna rip these boxes for a couple more days, but I couldn't resist it. And plus, I'm ADHD. Like, I don't know if anyone else out there even has the willpower where you can hold a box for a prolonged period of time and not open it. I definitely can't. It is not in my personality. My ADHD dopamine brain is too crazy to allow me to hold on to packs. Like I'm not. I'll never be a sealed box collector. I think sealed box collectors that there's something not right that you have the ability to do that because like I would stare at that sealed box and I would just be like I have to open it. I have to know the joys of being ADHD. See, some of this anime, even artwork, I know that people don't like anime, but some of the artwork on this stuff, I just think all in all is pretty cool. All right. Ooh, Trusty Boomerang. in a foil. Nice. Not getting, like, I don't know if you've noticed the pack so far. I've not gotten a pack with 2 rares or mythics in it yet. And you would think like something like Avatar, which was a bigger pull for them, because let's face it, a lot of people came in for Avatar. A lot of people, and you also had a lot of people like me who were Magic the Gathering fans that were like, we like Avatar. So you think that they would like kind of up it to get us to buy into the Kool-Aid, so that the pulls would be like a little bit extra in this. No, no, not at all, not at all. Hmm. That's that's probably one of the worst packs I've opened in a while. I was due a pack like that. One of those packs that says, "Hey, let me remind you how crappy a booster pack can be." Now, the one thing I will say is I'm all about play boosters over collector boosters. I'm very against collector boosters. I actually think they hurt the hobby. I think they hurt this a lot, mainly because that does bring in scalpers. I don't like it at all. But who am I? Okay, so since I only have 3 uncommons, this should be 2. So let's see what we get. Boom and you Moon Spirit. So I got 2 out of this one. First pack. Finally, I got 2 rares. Some of the lands in this are good. Again, like I can't. There's not a lot of bad that I can really like go in hardcore and say about Avatar, because as a set in general, it was just, I think it was a good set. Now, do you have a Badger Mole Cub is the question. I have 1 out of the very first box of Avatar. This is my 3rd box I've ever opened of Avatar. And out of my first box, I actually got a Badger Mole Cub, which was kind of cool. My second box was probably one of the worst. Was again, I've had some of these lately that were like just horrid boxes. This box right now, I'm not too like disappointed with. I'm not going to say that this is an epic box so far, but it's not a bad box. The one thing that I do hate is if you get like a super just badass booster box ripping, that it really can leave the wrong impression that, every booster box is going to be that way. I'm really big on like, it is not that way. Like, you may have some good boxes out there. Oh, we're going to have 2 here again. You may have some good boxes, but all in all, like, seriously, buy singles. That's where it is at. If you want to leverage your money the best. But if you're like me and a lot of others out there, we do enjoy buying boxes. It is kind of a dopamine rush. It's a dopamine high. I buy roughly out of my pocket, I will buy 4 booster boxes roughly a month, 4 to 6 booster boxes a month. This booster box here is brought to you by Eric's bank account. No one donates me boxes or anything like that. Not that I've even reached out for anyone to, but these are mine. This is my collection. I love these cards. Like, that's my joy of this hobby. All right, full art. I'm surprised how many people will prefer a full art non-foil over a full art foil card. I've shared about that before. Like, my like autism ADHD side of me is like, everything has to be full art foil lands. And a lot of people, I was really surprised, were like, no, it has to be full art non-foil because of the bend in the card. And I get that. I totally do. Regardless, for myself, it's still one of those that, oh, so not bad. Not getting anything super amazing, but not bad. For me, it still has to be foil, full art. Even though, yes, it does usually have a bit of warping to it, unfortunately. And that part does kind of suck. I hope everyone does not mind the ASMR side of these packs ripping open. If it does get too loud in the mics, only thing left is like put up a piece of cardboard or something in front of me to try and buffer the sound. Fire Lord Zugu, nice. All right. Little full art swamp. What sets are you looking forward to still this year? Reality Fracture is the set I'm really looking forward to. Honestly, Hobbit, I'm not super duper stoked about. I am a huge Lord of the Rings fan too. And Hobbit just did not super excite me of what I've seen. I don't know about anyone else. I know that a lot of people are stoked about it, and yes, please be excited about it. Hobbit is rad. Not necessarily my thing, but all right, nice. Um, but I'm really leaning towards Reality Fracture. Secrets of Strixhaven I enjoyed, but the funny part is with Secrets, I really bought into like the hype and the Ancestral Recall and the Emeritus, and I really feel a lot like I was dealing with Prophecy. And I don't know if anyone else out there was around when Prophecy was, but you had the avatars, and you had Avatar of Woe and Hope and Might and Fury. They remind me a ton of the avatars, and they're really not all that great. At first, you're like, dude, these things are awesome, but once you really get them into like gameplay, you're going, wait, this isn't as solid of a card. Ooh, wash. Oh, this is a great card right here. So this is a good box. This is a pretty solid box. This plus wall. I mean, if I get a Badger Mole Cub in here, like this will be the box of boxes, obviously. But I'm I definitely can't say that this is like a bad box. And so I do now put that disclaimer up that not every box is like that. Please remember when you're pulling boxes and you're pulling packs that it is a gamble. You never truly know what you're going to get. But back to the Prophecy Strixhaven. I don't know if anyone else felt like they were opening up Prophecy when it came to Strixhaven. I know I sure did. I was like, oh. And then I was watching like the values on them drop. And again, I don't play based around values, but it does let you know like how demanding a set really is. And so, ooh, I don't have Earthbender Ascension. Nice. Um, it really lets you know how much demand is for a set. That's the one thing that's funny about this set or about Magic the Gathering, and when it comes to like scalpers, for example, is how this cardboard can be worth a ton unless if it has playable value. It's not based on the artwork. It's not based on the looks. It's not like you have somebody, they're not going around saying, hey, I'm collecting all the Gengars or I'm collecting a master set of, Charizard or whatever it might be. These are based solely on playable value. Let's see. And there is in this set though definitely a lot of playable value. I'm not sure. Did you build any? I'm curious. Comment below. Did you build any Avatar Commander decks? I have not yet. I really want to. I do have a lot of great cards to build a Commander deck around. So that is on my list of things to do is build a Commander deck from my Avatar cards. A lot of my Avatar cards have made it into Commander decks. Love the artwork. So when I get artwork like this, my little tizzy side of me always will set it aside. Toph. Ooh, nice. Okay, so we got two there. I won't lie. Opening these up, I forget that I'm opening these up as like a competition to see what pulls better. Like, does this pull better than Modern Horizons or Modern Horizon? Like I forget that I'm like, it's not necessarily am I doing these for the cards. It's more of like, hey, let's see rare to rare, count. But when it's a set that you enjoy, it's like you forget about that and you're like, oh, like this is a great card and this is a great card. And that's again, this is where I think the stinging happened for me of going from 36 packs to 30 packs. Like this is one of those sets. Ooh, solid card right there. This is one of those sets that I wish I would have had 36 packs to. Now, don't get me wrong, there's some sets out there. Turtle's a good example. I'm not a big Turtle fan, Spider-Man fan. And if you are, no hate. Like I don't mean it to come across negative like that. But like that, like, hey, I get it, 30 packs, whatever. Totally understand. But some of these packs, I'm just like, man, or boxes, I'm like, man, I really just wish it would have been 36 packs because I could have really loved opening just a few more packs. Just a few more packs. Take off the edge. That might, who knows? That might be the addict in me talking. Just another pack to take off the edge. Your tunnel, nice. Have you guessed yet in the comments of how many rares and mythics we are getting out of this box? Again, like I will share, we did do an Edge of Eternity box before this, and we had 41 rares and mythics out of that box. It turned out to be a really solid box, and I'm curious if this is going to get the same. Knowing Hasbro, this will be less. It'll be like 38, and yet they'll charge more money for it because it's because it's a Universes Beyond. We're slowly getting to the end of the box. It's the saddest time of the box. It's the funny part is because like now I look, how many do I have left? I have, all right, so there are 6 left in there only. That's how quickly you kind of go through one of these boxes. Like, it's funny if you watch the Outlaw Thunder Junction one that I did, it's like the box just keeps going. And you're like, dude, there are just so many cards that you get. And then all of a sudden you get to a 30 pack box and you're like, oh, you mean I've ripped them all already? Ooh. Is it nice? 2 there, okay. The one thing I will say that I wish they would also do a little different is not nearly as many legendary creatures. Like every set they come out with has, it seems like 100 new commanders you could build, which I get it, like cool, you know, but it's like there's so much. All right. Now I will go back through these just to verify. Sometimes I do miss some really cool cards. The dinosaur from Outlaw Thunder Junction's Bone Mar or whatever it was. I remember opening up the packs and somebody made a comment and they're like, "Hey, you missed, like you literally like brushed over that card." I get it; it's a $30-some card. I was so set on like a Billy or a Mana Drain that I wasn't even paying attention. There are some good uncommon cards. If you haven't noticed, I've actually been pulling these because I know that these are actually decent cards right here. This is a very playable card, which is Bender's Waterskin, and they are common in the set. So I do try to pull out very playable cards because again, I do enjoy playing this. Ooh, love the artwork there. Nice. Again, this isn't your typical box. I do like to always remind people. Oh, that last there. So at least I got a little owl. I don't think I'm going to get a little cub. There is still 4 packs, including this one, that I could get a little cub. So we don't know. We don't know. But I do have one. And an air temple. Nice. All right, we are down to the final 3. Again, this is a fun set to open. It's visually stimulating set for my ADHD. I really enjoy it. And there's tons of just good playable cards. So I'm happy when I get to. Oh, this is a solid box. This is the best box of Avatar I've ever pulled. So please remember when you're buying boxes, not every box is like this. Holy cow. Wasn't expecting that. That was actually kind of a joke. I don't really believe in last pack magic. This has had 3 really strong pulls in it, which is not the norm for a box. Usually when it comes to some of these cards, like you might get one. That's why I was kind of laughing. So definitely not what you would expect out of your normal booster box if you're buying one of these. So please don't let it mislead you that these booster boxes are all going to be massive hits. They're not necessarily that way. This is another great card. These are some great cards. This has been a really, really good box. And a lot of these they go into my collection. I'm a big collector of these. Again, I play this game. I get really stoked about my collections, and some of these cards go for trading. Some of these cards I sell on TCG Player. Let's see what we get out of this last pack. And so Savior and all right. Well, if you haven't hit the like and follow button, hit the like and follow button, and let's find out. So we have just opened up a box of Avatar 30 booster packs. This is when they have done the cut. How many mythics and rares do you think we're going to have out of this? Because originally we were sold these booster boxes were better because they're going to have more mythics and rares and it's going to be less money. Well, we already know that they're not less money. That we know. So let's see how many mythics and rares we get. Comment your guess down below. Forty. 40 rares and mythics out of this box. Out of 30 packs. And remember, we were told we were going to get packs with 3 to 4 mythics and rares in it. And not one pack in this box had 3 rares or mythics in it. So keep that in mind. We are going to now match this up to Modern Horizons 3 and see how it matches up. And if you like content like this, hit the like and follow button. Tell me what packs and boxes you'd like me to match up. I've been really enjoying just sharing about the shrinkflation. What is my whole goal in sharing about the shrinkflation and how Hasbro has started to screw us over? Is just the hope that it, at least in this community, gets people talking about how badly we're getting one over on us, and that we as the diehard players maybe possibly could speak up and our voice is heard, and maybe some changes come to this to it. Who knows? All I know what I would like to see. Let's go back to the 36. Let's go back to those play boosters. Let's go back to a sample, collector sample. Let's go back to what this was, a little life counter. Charge me a little bit more money. That's fine. Charge me a little bit more money. Charge me 10 extra bucks, but give me the 36 packs. That's kind of, I guess, what I would like to see, but I don't know. I'm curious. Comment down below your thoughts and what you'd like to watch me match up. I'm going to now put this against a box of Modern Horizons 3. Let's see what the pull rate is in Modern Horizons 3 versus Avatar. 40 mythics and rares came out of Avatar. Let's see what MH3 can do. So hit the like and follow button. Any comments and words of advice, experience, anything, I'm always open to stuff like that. Comment down below. I like making content. It's what I do for a living. This is my fun channel. And I figured I would share on something I really enjoy besides addiction and mental health. So comment down below. Let me know what you think.